Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this YHE smartwatch with blood pressure cuff. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon. And if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So I do want to start off by saying that I'm not a doctor or a medical professional. So if you're wondering if this will work well for your medical needs, consult with your medical provider on that. So let's get this open and take a look. So here we have the watch. Looks like this pulls out. Okay, there's the watch. And here we have the accessories. Okay, so this looks like a charging base. And here's a charge cable. It's a USB-A to micro USB cable. It's around 31 inches long. And here's the watch. Pull the plastic off the front. So the unique feature of this watch is it has a built-in blood pressure cuff. So this will inflate with air to take your blood pressure. So I'll open this up. Let me get this plugged in and charging in case the charge is not full. So to charge this, you plug it into a USB charger, so you could use a phone charger, USB outlet, or other. And we'll set the watch on top of there. Looks like so. I may need to turn it on first, so let me read the instructions. So this has a full instruction manual and a quick start guide. Let's take a quick look at it. So this talks about the different parts. So we have the watch, the charging dock, the cable, wrist diameter tape, instruction manual, user guide. And the watch has a band, power button, home button, and display. Has charging, a PPG. So that's a sensor that reads your pulse and your oxygen level. Then we have the inflatable cuff. So it says to turn it on or off, long press and hold the power button for 3 seconds to turn on the device. Press the power button to activate the on-off screen. Press and hold the power button for 2 seconds to turn it off. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll turn this on. Okay, it says please install the BP Doctor app and add the YHE BP watch. Okay. So I'll put it in the charger. It says it's 100%, so we're good there. So there's a QR code for the app. Then to use this, it says press the home button to enter the main menu. It says measure your wrist with the diameter tape. Keep a 2-finger distance from the bottom of your palm when you measure. Tighten the diameter tape. The smallest number indicates the most suitable buckle on the watch belt for blood pressure testing mode. It says for daily use, please loosen 1 or 2 holes until comfortable. Then this talks about blood pressure measurement. It says keep the height of the wrist and the heart consistent during the test. Keep the body as stable as possible. Requirements: do not drink coffee, smoke, or exercise 30 minutes before the measurement. Take a seat, relax the body, and avoid exerting force, talking, and moving. There are 2 ways to take a measurement. It says press the home button and touch the blood pressure button on the screen to begin measuring. Press and hold the home button to begin measuring. And then we have the main manual here. Talks about the specs. Here are the specs. You want to pause and read through those. And this talks about the battery life. You can pause and read through that. So the lowest time here is 2 to 3 days charge, and that's when the screen is always on and raised to wake off. Sleep, HRV, and 38 times blood pressure tests. So you can read through the different scenarios and see how long it's going to last. The longest time is 7 days on super power saving mode, which has the time display on only. And then we have some of the same things from the quick guide. That talks about installing the app. It talks about the features. So it has different display faces, has blood pressure function, talks about how to do that, has date storage, test modes, visitor mode. So it looks like if you have someone else that needs to use this, you can give that to them. And this talks about the other functions. So we have blood oxygen, heart rate, HRV, sports, alarm, sleep analysis, calorie, weather, general setting, cleaning and storage, and then FAQ. So I'll get this set up in the app and we'll test it out. Okay, so I have my iPad here. Now typically you'd set this up on your phone, but it's easier for my video to use the iPad. So I'll go into the App Store and I'll type BP Doctor. I'll hit Get. While it's doing that, I'll take the guide here and I'll feed that through and I'll put this on my wrist. And I want to be 2 fingers from my wrist, so right about there. And I'll pull this, so I'm on right about 7. So I'll open up the app. It says it would like to use my location. I'll say allow while using the app. I'd like to use Bluetooth, notifications. Then it says account login. I'm going to skip over this so I don't have to blur everything out, and then I'll come back after I'm logged in. Okay, so now it's asking some information. So I have my gender. It's asking for my stats, so I'll enter this in. It says click to add device, so I'll hit add device. It says confirm the model, select the correct model according to the image. Incorrect selection prevents device search. So this is the BP Doctor Pro. I'll tap on it. It says make sure the device is on and ready to connect. Find the device ID and list. Connect to corresponding device. I'll hit I know. So we have it here. I'll tap it. I'll hit confirm. says it would like to pair. I'll say pair. And we have instructions here on how to put it on. So I'll take it out of the charging dock. And there are numbers on the back side. You can see the numbers here. So I think I was a 7, so I'll set it up as a 7. It says step 2. So this talks about the correct posture. I'll hit next. It says press the measurement button. So for this first try, I'm not doing it the proper way, but I'll hold down the home button. So it says put it at the same level as your heart. So this is inflating here now. So it's getting tight around my wrist. And it's still tight. And we can look at the screen here, and it's measuring my blood pressure. Okay, so there was an error there, which kind of makes sense. I was actually clenching my fist at the time and I was not doing it how it said, but I wanted to be able to show that. So it's actually probably a good thing that gave an error, because if you want accurate results, you need to do it properly. So I'm going to record another test while I do it properly, and I'll insert that clip now. And I'll also take my blood pressure with a traditional blood pressure cuff so we can compare the results. Okay, so I'm in a seated position so I can test this out properly. But I'll hit start here. I'll let it run. So I got 118/71. Now I have a traditional blood pressure cuff. I'll try it. And I got 111/67. So you can talk to your provider and see if this is going to meet your needs for measuring your blood pressure. Okay, so that was doing the blood pressure. So let's look through the interface a little bit. So I'll press the home button. Now if we hold down on this, it's going to buzz, and then we have different faces we can use here. I'll press it again, and we have the different features. So I can go into the oxygen. So I'm at 98. Then we have heart rate. Then we have workout, alarm, calorie, sleep, weather. We have settings. So there are a number of things here. If we go to that home screen, we can also swipe to the side. And here we have the blood pressure, heart. We have the other features. If I swipe to the left, we can see some stats. So let's take a look back in the app, and I'll hit refresh here. And it should show my oxygen saturation here is current. We have my heart rate. And then as I use it, the other things will get filled in. We can hit profile and then tap on the watch. And we can change some settings here. If we go to dial settings, we can see some other options here. So we can tap on these and we can download and install them. And then if we go to my dial, we can see the faces we already have installed. So if I want this like fancier Chrono Cross, I can tap that and download and install it. And it's currently downloading it to my watch. So now we have that new watch face. Now also in the settings, we can sync the phone time. We have notification management. So here you can set it up to give you different types of notifications. And then we have the user guide and over-the-air update and unbind. So that's the YHE Dr. Pro smartwatch with blood pressure cuff. I like that this has a true blood pressure cuff built in. I've used other smartwatches that try and guess your blood pressure, but this is likely a more accurate way to do it. And as I said, talk to your doctor if this is going to work well for your situation. But I like that this has this nice large screen on it, so you can look at all of your stats. And it has all the features you'd expect out of a smartwatch, like the fitness tracking, sleep tracking, pulse ox, things like that. But then it also has that blood pressure feature. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.